So, I'm basically mukbanging in my car at work. But, I feel like an update video is needed. And I was pretty sure that I was going to be able to do it not being in my car. But, reality of the situation is I live at work, basically. If you could see into my back seat, I have a vacuum. I have clothes. Oh, actually, I can show you. I have a vacuum. I have clothes. I have my nursing bag, which is new. Sorry. However, so update. Past NCLEX. I'm going to do a whole little video, not in my car, about that. That is one of my goals to do for this week. So, I don't know if you'll be seeing this video before that or after it, but we'll see. And I have like a long sleeve shirt on underneath because as soon as it hits, because I work 2 to 10, 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Yeah, I said that right? I don't know. But, so working those hours, it's very hot once I get to work because this is Texas. So during the, like, 1 to, like, 4 o'clock-ish, it is warm. Maybe, possibly, high 60s. And then as soon as the sun goes away, it's like freezing. So it's wonderful weather that we're having. However, I bought myself an Apple Watch. Yep. Moving up in the world with paychecks. I don't know where I was going. So I work at a nursing home, which, if you've watched any of my other videos, I worked at a hospital. However, some tea, spilling some tea. So basically what happened is my hospital, in the middle of me going to school, switched, I don't want to say providers, I don't know what, like, we got bought out by somebody. Basically a whole new company decided to run our facility, which is fine, you know, they were wonderful people. However, they're used to having like really big hospitals. So we just have like a med-surg floor that maybe held, well, I mean, it still does, 23 people, 23 beds, and 2 of those are technically isolation tuberculosis beds. Oh, chicken nugget. So, it's not a very big hospital, not very busy. We do have an ER and everything like that. So, we did have LVNs that worked on the floor and took patients on the floor. But this hospital that bought us out, this company, whatever, doesn't use LVNs. So, the game plan was that I was going to just transition from a CNA to an LVN and continue working on the floor. Now that couldn't happen. So, we had a clinic, and the clinic uses LVNs. So I was like, oh, maybe I can go work in the clinic. That ended up not happening, so after school was over and after NCLEX, which I'll kind of talk about a little bit later, but basically it was kind of a blessing in disguise because I've never experienced anxiety. Like, even going through nursing school and taking my test, like, yeah, I had like slight anxiety, but usually I could calm myself down enough. But now, like, going to take NCLEX and everything, like, I was so anxious. Like, Patrick had to drive me because I physically couldn't, like, concentrate. I was just, like, in freak out mode, which I've never been in before, which was scary. And then So it was basically a blessing in disguise because I had the 2 weeks, 3 weeks I had up to my test basically free. I was at home. I finally got to deep clean my house, which felt wonderful. I got to spend time with family. My dad ended up getting sick. And then it was right after NCLEX job hunting. And it took me about a week to find jobs, to finally get some callbacks. So 2 places called me back. The place I'm working at now, and then another place. But the other place was just 1 day a week on Saturdays. And then the other place that called me that I work now, it was supposed to be PRN. So the first day I went and did both interviews, and they both liked me and wanted me to come work. So it's like, okay, I can pick up enough PRN, to make it worthwhile. Find another place that's PRN. So went to this interview at the place I'm working at now, and basically walked in the interview, and they were like, do you want to be full-time? And I was like, yeah, I'll go for it. So that's basically what ended up happening. And so I was really good with it. It was wonderful. But then I had to let go of this other job. Only because it was at a mental health facility. So you had to go through a lot of training and stuff like that, and then you had to work almost every shift that they offered. And not that it was too much, but I was working 2 to 10 already. So in the end, it would have been too much. So I called them back and was like, hey, the other PRN job that I told you about, they offered me full time, and they were okay with it. So they were just more upset that they were they really liked our school, and they have a lot of people that work there. So just kind of sad. So that happened. Well, my job I worked at, it's now October. Graduated August. Took my test in September. So it's been some while without any paycheck, any money, So we get paid bi-weekly here. Well, it's called semi-monthly. So you get paid on the 15th, and then whatever the last day of the month is. So I start work, my first day was October 1st. So I'm like, good, I'll have a full check on the 15th. No. Nobody explained that they're 2 weeks behind. So basically, I got paid the 30th, or the 31st of October, 31st. For the 1st through the 15th. Then I got paid the 15th through the 31st, November 15th. Confusing, I know. So basically I worked a whole month without getting paid, which was great. However, the first paycheck was wonderful. I paid off a lot of debt. Wonderful. Second paycheck, went and bought me a watch, which I went back and forth on doing this. However, my birthday's coming up, Christmas is coming up, so this is basically a gift to myself and from Patrick. And so far, it's only been 2 days since I've had it, or this is technically day 2, and I'm loving it. But am I loving the nursing home? Totally different than what I thought it was going to be. The facility that I work at does not have med aids. In clinicals, we were at nursing homes, so I can't say like I've never been in a nursing home. However, they always had med aids. So I am basically the treatment nurse. I am the nurse that talks to the doctor, and I am the nurse that gives the medications. So I'm busy 2 to 10. Like, I don't stop moving till about 9:30. Which is tiring. But at the same time, I like it. A lot. It's kind of the same situation wherever I've gone and worked. I like some of the people. I mean, I don't have issues with any of the people that I work with, but I most definitely love my residents. Actually, I have in the trunk of my car, and I have to take it out, my residents on my hall, which I have like 20, like to make puzzles at the end of the hall. So they have a little puzzle thing going on. So I bought some frames to put the puzzles on so that we can hang them in the hallway. So I bought those. So that's been wonderful. I have had not baby eat or nurse, what do they call it? Nurses eat their young sort of situations, but I've had you're the baby nurse and we'll just put a lot of shit on you sort of thing. Apologize for my language. So I've kind of had to have found a backbone, which has kind of been a little bit difficult because, I mean, I'm working in a place, one, that's outside of my town, so I don't know a lot of people who actually work here. Literally the day that I started, we got new DON and a new administrator because the place was bought out. So everybody's still scrambling to like figure each other out, like all the old people with the new people. We've had people leave, we've had people come within just the month that I've worked here, so it's very confusing. But at the same time, like, everybody's like, Emily, you're really holding out, you're really holding out, and I'm like, well, logging trucks, it's only till June. And that is my next update. So, let me take a drink first. This is kind of going to be a long video, so I apologize. Like, I should have said that in the beginning, but I didn't. Note to future self. Apologize for it being long in the beginning. But, yeah. So, the program I went to for my LVN, they have what they call a transition LVN to RN. I don't know. So basically, you go back to school. You start in June and you do a summer semester, just like I did a summer semester for my LVN. But in that summer semester, you kind of catch up with the RNs, which a lot of it's the same material. You're just learning care plans and like higher level of leadership, basically qualities, during that summer semester. Then you basically join in with the third semester RNs. So you do third semester and then the last fourth semester, and then you graduate with your RN. So I went and took my test last Thursday for my HESI, and that was my mistake. I kept thinking I would have been fine, because I usually get off at 10, like maybe 10:30ish, get home like 11:20, and I'm in bed. So, woke up that morning. It was payday, so it was a good day. But I did not get off of work till like 11:40 the night before, because we had a lot of crap going on. So that was wonderful. Let me let this old guy pass by me. I just want old people seeing me talk to myself. However, so made that mistake. We needed an 850 or higher, and it's like Hesse, LVN to RN something. I don't know. Basically, we were told if we got an 850 or higher, reapply to the program. It was an automatic acceptance because we did our LVN there first. So we didn't have to go back and do an interview or anything like that. I will link my interview video though over here somewheres, whichever way. So, because that was a really scary day. I think I almost threw up too. Maybe I did. So I made that mistake. So immediately after taking the test, I think I made a 750. So it was like 100 off. Oh no, I made a 774. I thought the paper was still in the car, but it's not. So, ripping pissed at myself. Because I was tired, exhausted, and cranky at myself for scheduling my test at 8 o'clock in the freaking morning. Yeah, who does that? Freaking me. So, was mad. Came to work. But I rescheduled it for Monday. So, figured I had time on the weekend to study a bit. Basically didn't study anything till last night, because today is Monday. Didn't study anything. I did maybe like 20 test questions with my friend Drew last night. He has his BSN. We went to school together, but he went to a different nursing school. Obviously, because he has a BSN. But, and we kind of talked about it a little bit, and he was like, why are you studying? You were just really exhausted. And I was like, yeah, but like, what if it was like, the knowledge just left me? Why are people from Florida trying to call me? I don't need health insurance, okay? So I'm like, what if the knowledge just left me? And he's like, no, like, it hasn't been that long. And also, like, you're working as a nurse, so like, the knowledge never leaves. And I was like, yeah, but like, it's like perfect world in NCLEX. So I was really nervous going into it this morning, but I made a 908. So pretty proud of myself. That's why I'm having chicken nuggets for lunch. Did I bring a dinner? No. Because guess what? I forget about that stuff. So, I'm gonna have to figure that out. But yeah. That's basically been what's going on. Oh. And I haven't dyed my hair, I think, since like 2 weeks before graduation. So it's like kind of ratchet. But tomorrow is getting dyed. So that's why I figured I would wait to make my videos till my hair was better. But I figured this update, I could do it in the car on my iPhone and put it all together and just accept it for what it is, because it's a mukbang and I'm eating in my car and it's like 100 freaking degrees outside. However, with my Apple Watch, I did buy the screen protector for it and like a little bumper case. And yes, I know I'm wearing, rudely stopped. So I know I'm wearing this with like the little ring thing, whatever it's called, down here. But that's just because when I turned it on, it turned on that way. So I haven't really like looked into how to change it just yet. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But basically I went and took my test at 8:30. So I basically went and took my test at 8:30 today. And I felt a little bit better about it. The stuff that I scored low on was like OB stuff, which I expected that. Because there was like a lot of where the baby sits. I don't know. It was like really weird questions that I've never seen before. And then one of them was like, here's a drug. And then just listed lab values. But I've never even heard of this drug. And I went and I looked it up. And it's a chemo drug. I'm like, well, it's wonderful. So, I really hate chemo drugs with passion. So, but now I gotta go to work, and hoping it's a good night. But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, thanks. I hope you ate some lunch or dinner or breakfast, or at least had a cup of coffee. But yeah, I will talk to you guys next time without sunglasses, with makeup on, and with more redder hair and no headbands, because I'm trying to hide my growing roots, but they're probably like all the way back here, so shouldn't matter. Bye guys.